Of the narrative that they have about Jesus are so disparaging that I wouldn't want to repeat them about him or any other Jew. Personally, I had not known about this narrative before I adopted with the Orthodox. As a matter of fact, I used to have Christians who would, one time I was in the grocery store, and a black woman saw me with my kippah and my Star of David, and she came over to me and she said, "Oh," she says, "why are you wearing those things?" And I said, "Well, I'm Jewish." She said, "Well, you weren't born a Jew, were you?" And I said, "No, ma'am, I was born in a Christian household." She said, "And you became a Jew?" And I said, "Yes, I did." And she said, "I just have one question for you. How could you turn your back on my Jesus?" You see,
Why don't you tell them what the Orthodox say? I think they might find it enlightening.
it's Lashon Hara. It's just Lashon Hara. That's the evil tongue, by the way. And I just don't want to, I understand the curiosity, and it's easily found
It's
if
not
you
just
want to go and look.
curiosity. It's good for people to know what's being said.
Yeah. But here's what I do want to say. I do, like the politicians, here's what I do want to talk about. Once you deify Jesus, as in what was done for me, because see, I was raised to believe that he was the God-man. He was God and man. Once I realized that Jesus was a human being, and once I realized that he came here with a message for other human beings, basically for Jews, Jesus basically talked to the Jewish people. The emphasis of his message was, be a better Jew, be a real Jew. Don't be a Jew on paper, and don't be a Jew by rote. Be a real Jew, which means if you know that the main purpose of the mitzvahs that we are given to practice, the acts of righteousness, the commandments that we're given to practice, if the main emphasis of those is chesed, acts of loving kindness, then show chesed every chance you get. That's what a real Jew does. Because listen, Jewish men are supposed to pray 3 times a day, all right? And it's at specified times, and they are specified prayers. The rabbis with whom I did my conversion were Reform, which is another, stick in the craw, the Orthodox. They're not necessarily crazy about that fact.
What do they say about Reform?
Reform, we have a lot more work to do, a lot more study to do, and so on and so forth. And one of the things about the prayers is this: you can learn. Oh, I'm sorry. The rabbis that I converted with, they said, you can learn these prayers. We can teach you all of this. You wake up in the morning and you say the Modani, okay, and you can go about your day, saying your prayers and
I give thanks. Modeh ani.
yes, yes. And so you can go about your day and you can do these things. They said, Stephen, but what does that do for the world? What does that do for yourself, your family, your community, and the world? If you are the perfect Jew by doing the perfect acts, of Judaism, that doesn't necessarily help the world. You have to become active. See, these people are activists. These rabbis were activists. They believed in getting involved politically and socially in what was happening in the world around us. So once you deify Jesus and put him back into human form, then you start to look at what he says and why he says it in a different light. And this is what I learned to do. By the way, I guess in case it's not clear, I should make it clear that I did not become a Messianic Jew, even though I did come across some, and I still know a couple, and we of course get along fine. But I am Jewish and I should say somewhat traditional in my observance. So that's what I want to share with you. I just want to say, it was a bit of a challenge for me. There were people who challenged me. I've had people say, you were this close from missing hell, and then you went and dove right back in. Christian people, Catholic people. I've had Catholic people actually tell me, actually, you're not a Jew. I don't know why they're telling you you are, because you're not. And, when you're a young man, these things kind of weigh on your mind, kind of go, really? But actually, that's been decades ago. And I'm fine with everything now that I am. Because you see, we all have a path. You have your path that you're walking. We say derech, right? You have your derech that you're walking. I have mine. This is why I can't tell you how to walk your path. This is why you can't tell me how to walk my path. What we do want, we have a saying in Judaism that all Jews are responsible for each other, for one another. Have you heard that before, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, and I do believe that's true. I do believe if I see another Jewish person acting in a certain way, I should say, that's not good. That's not good. Or as they used to say, the people in my synagogue in Illinois, oi! Not good. No good. So, yeah, thank you very much.
Martin?